Hello friends, my name is Soham and I welcome you back to our video on YouTube and welcome back to Crypto Bulls Club. We were away for some time, but now we are back with a bang, and like previously, we will keep you up to date for all the crypto market analysis on a regular basis. By the way, if you are still not following us on Telegram, make sure you do that. The link for that is in the description below, and make sure to smash up the subscribe button and hit the like button for this video. So guys, in the new year 2023, the Bitcoin price has risen 30% from the lows of about 16,000. The Bitcoin price is currently trading at about 20,860, but it made a high of about 21,000 approximately, right? You can see 21,650. In fact, it was made on 17th of January. Now, what led to this price increment, right? And there is still fear around in the market, and we thought of keeping you up to date from the happenings and what are my analysis, where am I buying in. So stay tuned to this video because there's a lot of things that I want to share with you. First of all, this is the Bitcoin chart, as you can see, and we are on the daily time frame, and I'm just gonna enable some of the lines that I've drawn on the chart. I'll explain most of the lines to you and what do they really mean. Now, if we just zoom out a little bit, I understand there are quite a few lines in this chart, but pay very close attention, guys. Right here, this blue line that you see, this is the resistance that we have been forming since 2021 November, right on the top that we made on 9th or 10th November. Then again we came back and tested it back in March of 2022, and we are very close of testing it once again as a rejection, right guys? The yellow line that you see over here, as you can see, it acted as resistance multiple number of times as well. I'm talking about this particular line. Now, what is the next support level and what are the lines that I am looking for personally, right? Now, personally, I won't be surprised if Bitcoin goes up and tests this line, right? This blue line once again, which is at about 21,900 or 22,000 approximately. But as the days goes on, as you can see, this is actually coming down. And that is why whoever has asked me on Telegram as to what I think on an everyday basis, I say that, okay, this is what I'm expecting the most. Few days back, I said to one of the people who had reached out that, okay, 22,600 is something that I'm looking at, but right now it's at around 22,000. The simple reason is this is a declining line, and this line coincides with this support on the 27th or 28th of February. So we have about a month or so left before there could be a final decision made whether we are crashing down again or we are going to break this multi-month resistance that we have built. Now, if I have to talk about these two lines, why are they so important? You can see there has been multiple times this has acted as support, and I won't be surprised if the Bitcoin price comes down to the levels of 19,800 approximately and then bounces back again to test this blue line and then gets a rejection, and finally we head down to the lows of about 16,800 or $17,000 mark, right? So that is also very crucial, guys, right? Now, another important thing to look out on this time frame is actually the 200 period EMA, right? That's the exponential moving average. As you can see, we were treating it as a resistance multiple number of times. I'll just zoom in so that you can see it. We got couple of days over it, but again, it was not substantial. We got the daily close above it on the 16th of January. Then we got a confirmation candle on the 17th. This actually liquidated a lot of bulls, guys, because once this confirmation came in, people would have actually longed Bitcoin at around the 21,300 or so. But the following day, that is 18th of January, Bitcoin price came crashing down to the lows of about 20,380 approximately, right? And again, we are testing this 200 period simple moving average, rather exponential moving average. You can see right here, okay? Already 3 times we have treated it as a resistance. Number one was back on 14th Jan, again 15th of Jan, and again today we are treating it as a resistance. So this is an important line that you should keep an eye on. But have I filled my bags already with Bitcoin? To be honest, I haven't. I am expecting the Bitcoin price to go to the lows of probably 12,000 or sub 10,000, to be honest, right? I'm expecting sub 10,000 to be a reality in this bear market, right? And that is when we are gonna fill our bags. But as I've told you multiple number of times, do not wait for a particular level for filling up your bags. What I have done is I have filled up my bag at around the $16,000 mark. Now I'm riding it, of course. Will I sell it off? Probably. If we get a rejection here, then I'll probably sell it off and I'll get another entry at around the same range of 16,000 or 15,800 approximately, right? So that is going to be my strategy. I'm going to share exactly how I am actually building my strategy for the coming bull market and how you can also build a crypto portfolio. So all those videos are going to come very, very soon, guys. Also, another important factor has happened, which is actually very, very bullish. Actually, there are a couple of things that is very, very bullish, and for that we'll go over to the weekly time frame. First of all, on the weekly, what I'm going to tell you is that we are going to pull out the RSI, right, which is extremely important. I had been following the RSI for quite some time, and I'll zoom in directly into this thing, right? And as you can see, this was actually acting as a resistance, right? So if you can see this clearly, this was a clear resistance on the weekly RSI time frame. Okay, this was absolutely very, very critical. But not only is this a resistance, right? I'll just change the color so that it becomes clearer. It was also forming, I saw this as a kind of a falling wedge pattern, if you can see, and these falling wedges are extremely bullish no matter what happens from the fundamental side of things, right? This was a falling wedge which was absolutely very, very bullish. Now we have broken out of this falling wedge pattern on the weekly RSI. Okay, it is absolutely very, very critical. I generally use the RSI for all my trades, depending on the time frame, depending on whether I'm taking a short-term trade, then I look at the short-term time frame. But the RSI has never failed me, guys, and this is absolutely very, very crucial. Now, what could be the best case scenario? The best case scenario for this particular pattern could be that, once we have broken out of it, next we come down and test this as a support, right? We test this as a support, treat this as a support, and then get a bounce. Now, if we come down and test this as a support, the RSI might actually come down to the lows of about 30. Currently, the RSI is at about 50. Okay, so if we come down, test this as a support, and then get a bounce, that will actually solidify the bounce in the Bitcoin price as well. But the bad thing could be that we again dive back into this particular zone. And the good factor is that this particular falling wedge is actually narrowing down. You can see this, right? And probably by mid of this year, that is around May or June, there has to be a decision from the RSI. It has to either break down or break towards the upside. And this, as I told you, is a bullish pattern, right? And I'm expecting that we can actually break towards the upside. I think there is one more leg down for the Bitcoin price. Why I say so, there are similarities with the 2018 market cycle. I'm just going to show that to you as well. But from the fundamental, or from the technical perspective, I believe that there is good chances that we actually come down, test this as a support. That is when the Bitcoin price revisits probably the $15,000 zone. If we are not able to get a bounce from here, and if we go down to these lows, then of course Bitcoin price could see sub $10,000, which I think could be a reality in the bear market, right? But by the mid of this year, I expect this to break out and the kickstart the bull market, right? Of course, there are multiple fundamental reasons behind this as well, but we are going to talk about the technicals right now. Fundamentals we can discuss at a later video as well. Now, one other important thing is the hash ribbons. Now, the hash ribbons has never disappointed, to be honest. Whenever it has given a buy signal, Bitcoin has actually rallied. As you can see, since the beginning of the Bitcoin history, it has only given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, in the 13 or 14 year history of Bitcoin, this signal has actually flashed only 13 times. Mind you, I am on the weekly time frame. I don't look at the hash ribbons on the daily time frame because there could be some noise, because earlier in the year also it had flashed, but on the weekly it did not flash, right? So in the past, whenever it has flashed, the Bitcoin price has rallied considerably, right? So that is something very, very crucial and very, very important as far as I'm concerned. On the weekly time frame, it has flashed. Now, a little bit of critical thing right here is this graph. This is a bearish formation that is getting formed. This line that you can see over here, right? This is forming a kind of a double top. Mind you, these kind of double tops and double bottoms, they never fail, right? They have never failed as far as my analysis is concerned. And I expect a bit of a leg down for the Bitcoin price once more. But this in fact is a very bullish reason, right? If I would have not bought already at around 16k, will I buy at $20,800? Probably not, but looking at this, probably 1/5, 1/6 of my entire dollar that I have, I would have actually allocated towards this as well. So you never know. We don't want to be caught on our hands and the Bitcoin price just rallies, right? So you always want to have some skin in the game. So that is also very crucial part in this particular chart. So in the short term, this is something very crucial. Now, why I'm saying, apart from this technical reason, why I'm saying that there could be some turbulence in the Bitcoin market, in the crypto market, that is of the reason because, as you guys know, right, Genesis Global Capital, the subsidiary of the huge conglomerate DCG, the Digital Currency Group, has actually filed for bankruptcy, right? And they could be actually proceeding towards it as soon as early next week. That is very crucial. This came in after there were reports that the US SEC had announced on 12th of January that it had charged Genesis and the crypto exchange Gemini with offering unregistered securities through Gemini's Earn program. Guys, this is absolutely very critical. Please understand, I strongly believe that regulations in the US are on the way, and as we all know, US is the biggest market, right? It drives the complete crypto markets. So regulations are on its way. Will it be bad? I don't think so. It's gonna be bad. Most of the cryptos that are there will cease to exist. Why I say so? Because if they are termed under securities, they will have mandatory disclosures to make, and that is when I feel most of these projects will fail. There will be some winners, of course, and apart from that, there would be commodities. Commodities, for example, could be Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a great commodity, right? It is not a security for sure. Also, there have been talks that Litecoin could also be considered as a commodity. If that is there, I believe Litecoin prices could also rally. But I think this is something that can actually trigger the next leg or the next downfall for the crypto prices as well, guys. Okay, this is absolutely very critical. Apart from this, also keep an eye on the fear and greed index, guys. Okay, currently the fear and greed index is at 45. I'm surprised that at 20,800 the fear and greed index is actually at 45, right? That's how times have changed. But on the fear and greed index, there are certain levels I would recommend you mark them out very clearly. First is, currently, since we are above it, the level of 30 is extremely crucial. Why it is crucial? As you can see, we have treated it as a support multiple number of times. We have treated it as a support right here back in January of 2022, rather resistance on January 2022, and support here in August of 2022, again support here in November of 2022, again resistance right from November 2022 till January 2023. So the level of 30 is extremely crucial. If we break below that, then the level of 20 becomes absolutely very clear, guys. As you can see right here from January 2022, we have treated it as a support multiple number of times, a bunch of times over here, a bunch of times over here, again quite a few times over here as well. Okay, if we break below 20, then of course the support is at 10. If it goes below 10, then it has to be one of the steal buys. Again, this is not financial and a recommendation or anything of that sort. The chart says that actually when it goes below 10, for example, it went on 18th or 19th of June, and that was absolutely crazy, guys. Okay, so if it goes below 10, I generally buy if it goes below 10, guys. Okay, so keep an eye on this part as well. Now coming back to the Bitcoin chart, and I'll just move away the drawings and the indicators, and we'll take a look in the chart, right? What we can see the similarities. Now, as you can see right here, I believe that we are currently in this stage. Of course, it is going to be elongated, it is going to be much lengthier as well, but as you can see right here, we got a bounce. This bounce was from the lows of approximately 6,000 to the highs of about 8,800, approximately 40% rise. This time also we got about 30% increment as well. I feel after this there has to be some sideways consolidation. I expect a sideways consolidation and then this final dip. I strongly believe, guys, this kind of final dip is still it's still there in the market. We can still expect to see this kind of dip in the market as well, right? So this is absolutely very, very critical. You keep an eye on this. Also important is if you go to the monthly time frame, guys. Okay, if you go to the monthly time frame, you will be able to see the candles right here. We have pretty similar type of candles right here as well, right? I expect this. So July of 2018 and probably January of 2023, we are seeing similar kind of candles. Then of course a series of downfalls may happen. This is what I am expecting, could be wrong as well. If we go to the 6 months time frame, again extremely important, because on the 6 months, right, it has happened back in 2015. It did not happen in 2018, but in 2015 we got 3 straight red candles on the monthly time frame. Will it happen this time? We do not know, because this is just the beginning, right? If we still have over 5 months left for the closure of this candle. What I strongly believe is this candle could actually be right now forming its wick, like how we went up to the highs of 25,200 back in the July to December candle of 2022. Then we came down and closed at around 16,500. I am expecting something similar, a base to be made over here. Could be a wick like this that goes down, but I expect the base to be made right around over here, because there is a good support that we can see around the $14,000, $15,000 mark as well, right? So this is extremely crucial. On the 12-month candle, this is a bearish engulfing candle. First time history in Bitcoin. Generally marks the beginning of a downward rally, but we'll see, guys, how it plays out. That is definitely time will say. But from the shorter time frame, what I am doing currently, I had bought it at around 16,000. Then I am holding it. Probably if it tests this blue line again, depending on when it goes up and tests, I will probably exit out my position and then reaccumulate right here. I'll keep you guys up to date on our Telegram channel actually. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for tuning into this video. We are going to be much more regular right now. I'm going to share a few brilliant airdrops that are going to come, because, guys, as I've told you multiple number of times, right, bear markets will change your life. Bull markets may make you rich, but a bear market is a time when you need to be very, very attentive and you need to search for those gems, and I'm here to help you always. If you want me to analyze any particular gem that you're looking out for, do let me know by commenting below on the video, or you can always reach out to me on my Telegram. Links are always there on the video below. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Stay blessed, stay happy. Bye bye for now.